everybody. Welcome back to another episode of 5 Minute Gaming News, the show that may or may not be 5 minutes. Today in the news, remember last week when everyone was talking about the day before and whether it was real or not? Well, it is, and it sucks. After saying the game was being delayed for 8 months due to, and let me see if I got this correct, not owning the copyright for its own name, and then removing the game from Steam, which they now say was a technical difficulty, game dev Fantastic was forced by fans to finally release the much-promised gameplay video, since no one had seen anything since 2021. And so yesterday, we got it. Now let me be very clear. Off the bat, I have a lot of questions, because if they don't own the rights to the name, why is the thumbnail the day before still? Just one of the many questions I have immediately just strikes me as a little weird. And then the video, well, the only thing remotely interesting in this video is how stacked the player character is. Everything else is boring. A zombie apocalypse with no zombies? It was just like walking around, looking at menus, maybe go in a building or two, and then back to nothing again. It's a zombie game where there was zero tension, zero worry. Maybe if 3/4 of the video was walking around in sort of this post-apocalyptic piece where not much is going on, and then bam, zombie horde, that would have been pretty cool, but no, it's not even that. It's just an abandoned world, which I guess in an existential dread kind of way is scary, but not for a video game. If anything, this just continues to give all the people online saying this isn't real credence that, yeah, this is vaporware of the highest order. Speaking of vaporware, and more importantly, scams, Logan Paul. If you're like me and you avoid anything with NFTs, you probably miss this madness, but of course, it won't come as any surprise. YouTuber and wrestler Logan Paul was involved with a game called Crypto Zoo, so much so that it became known as Logan Paul's Crypto Zoo. But here's the problem. It doesn't exist yet, and more importantly, his fans invested hundreds of thousands of dollars in it based on his promotion. Because, as Paul said, it's a really fun game that earns you money. Basically, it's an NFT game in which players purchase zoo coins, Crypto Zoo's in-game currency, to buy egg NFTs that are hatched to become animals. Once hatched, you can then breed those animals together to make hybrids, and the rarer the hybrid, the higher the daily yield of zoo coins. Cash those out and boom, you're pulling in money. In short, it's structured to work like passive income. Except all of that is bullshit. And almost everyone who invested money lost it. If you've got more than 5 minutes and you're looking to deep dive into how actual scummy it was, like, somehow Logan Paul and his fellow influencer investors made out like bandits, CoffeeZilla here on YouTube has a pretty great series about it. And so it should come as no surprise that CoffeeZilla on Twitter posted that Logan Paul is being sued in a class action lawsuit for scamming people out of money. The plaintiff, a Texas police officer who poured about $3,000 of his own money into Crypto Zoo in hopes that he would yield big returns, filed the litigation in the city of Austin. According to the suit reviewed by Kotaku, the plaintiff is seeking damages north of $75,000 for conspiracy to commit fraud, fraudulent misrepresentation, negligence, unjust enrichment, and more. So again, can we all just agree NFTs or anything associated with NFTs are a scam? It's a get-rich-quick scheme for those who created it to take your money. You will lose. You have better odds at a casino. It is truly despicable, and I cannot stress enough how awful they are. Remember the Dr. Disrespect NFT game? If that doesn't crash and burn and hurt a lot of people, I will be shocked. In fact, after initial investment in buying up the rare items in the game, the various NFTs, really all news about that thing stopped. Just saying. But you know what will never stop? Your Cren Minute.
Hello everybody, how's it going? It's me, Crendor, and welcome back to the Cren Minute, my once-a-week segment where I get to talk about whatever I want for a minute. This week, I'm going to use my first 10 seconds to promote Cox and Crendor in the morning, the best podcast morning show around, youtube.com/Cox and Crendor podcast. If you love listening to Jesse Cox rant or me talk for a minute, you're going to love this podcast. Also, I want to talk about AI for a bit because Obviously, AI is extremely problematic and scary, and it's probably going to take over the world. But if there's one thing that AI is good for, it is recreating old sitcom shows. I've been watching AI Seinfeld for the last 2 days. I can't stop watching it. And this is truly what AI is meant to do, is recreate old sitcoms. I want AI Home Improvement. I want AI Frasier. I want all the AI old sitcoms. And that's really all I want from AI. And that's the Kren Minute.
Thanks again, Crendor. Anyway, that is it for the show. Thanks so much, especially to all of you over on patreon.com/Jesse Cox, where you can hang out with Joshua Rooney, Nicholas J. Snyder, Radium Sunset, and Anthony Hobbs. That is it for me. See you on Monday for another episode of 5 Minute Gaming News.